Hey guys, this is Gundam Freedom, and today I'll be doing a review of the 1144 high grade Shining Gundam. The Shining Gundam comes molded in that normal Gundam colors, which is white, blue, red, yellow, and some gray on the joints. As for stickers, the stickers are the camera lens on the head, the eyes, the gold stickers on the insides of the shoulders, and then some black trims on the front skirts and on the foot guards, as well as some blue stickers on the red parts on the legs. Because the Gundams in the G Gundam series are mostly melee combat mobile suits, they don't come with a lot of accessories, but the high grade kit itself comes with a lot of it that is very needed for this kit. So first off is the core lander. So it comes molded in all blue except for the white thruster here or vent here on the bottom of the core lander itself, and the gray thruster polycap or thruster here with a ball joint polycap inside. And it has three stickers here for the cockpit, which moves up to connect it onto the body, and the thruster here is on a ball joint. And to connect it, just slide it on a slot here on the back. And also there's two large pegs here on the side, which uh, attaches here on the side of the core lander so that it can be attached securely on the back, just like so. As for other accessories, it comes with technically three pairs of hands, but the normal hands are only two pairs. It also already has the closed fist hands on the kit itself, and it also comes with two holding hands for the beam sabers. Speaking of the beam sabers, it comes with two different lengths of beam sabers. They are stored here on the left side skirt, only on the left. The right one is solid side skirt, but they can be removed and used normally. Oops. And they come in, as I've said earlier, they come in different lengths. Also, the beams are also in different lengths. I think these are from the high grade aerials because it comes with the same size beam detail or beam effect part for the beam saber, and the long one is for the long beam effect, and the short one is for the short beam saber handle. So those are the beam sabers. And then it also comes with a special beam saber, which is the Shining Finger Sword. It all comes molded in green, fluorescent green, and it comes with a, I don't think if you can see it, but it has a detail here of the name of the series on the handle. Come on, camera focus. There we go. It's very small, so the camera is having a hard time to focus on it. But there's an engraved name of the series here, G Gundam, if you can read it. So yeah, it's a very detailed beam saber. And since I have two Shining Gundams, I have two of these so that it can dual wield the Shining Finger sword when it's very angry. So yeah, you will know why I have two Shining Gundams later in the comparison part of this review. And it also comes with a big effect part for the Shining Gundam, which or Shining Finger, which is complementary on the Master Gundam's Dark Finger for the high grade line. So it just attaches on to the included Shining Fingers, the normal size Shining Fingers. So it can be attached by attaching the normal Shining Finger in the inside of the big Shining Finger effect, although it's a bit loose because it's not that secure when it's attached onto the hand. And to change the hands, It's on a normal ball joint, so you can just pull out the hand here and just attach the new hand, just like so. And then the last accessory is the super mode head, which has the opened up fins on the head, as well as the vents on the face are opened up as well to reveal the red face of the Shining Gundam. It also comes with a separate sticker for the eyes and a camera lens for this head. As for super mode, to convert the Shining Gundam into super mode, you need to remove the shoulder or the head first, and then exchange it into the opened up version, like so. And then for the arms, originally you need to slide out the shoulder here, and it will reveal gold stickers here on the shoulders, but I didn't use those. And you just reattach the shoulder on the upper portion here. This is the stored slot for the shoulders, and this is the open up slot for the white part of the shoulder armor, which can be displayed just like so, although it's a bit loose on my copy. But since I have an extra Shining Gundam, as I've said earlier, I just used the spare shoulder armor, and then I painted the inside of the shoulder with the metallic gold, and just used that shoulder armor for the hyper mode or super mode. And then for the gauntlet here on the arm, lower arm, you need to remove it and rotate the connector piece here so that it can be longer, which makes the gauntlet further outwards than the normal version here, as you can see. And this part is supposed to be gold as well on the inner part. So what I did is I painted the other gauntlet from the other Shining Gundam, and I will use that one for the hyper mode or super mode. Just reattach the shoulder here, and you can see the difference between the normal shoulder and the hyper mode shoulder or arm. Then for the legs, just open up the red panel here on the legs and just reattach it on a opened up foot position. These are supposed to be gold, but I didn't paint those. And then for the feet, you need to remove the red piece here in the front, and there's two pegs here on the foot. The big peg is for the hyper mode, while the small peg is for the super mode or the normal mode. So there's two slots here on the lower side of the foot, and just attach the foot like so, and then put the sides of the foot guard down just like so, and that is the hyper mode or super mode for the Shining Gundam. So this is the normal side, and then this is the hyper mode side, so you can see the difference between the two modes. The head is on a double ball joint, but it can only use the upper ball joint for the neck, which lets the head go up about that far, and then down that far, side to side that far, and rotate all the way around. The arm, there's a polycap hinge from the body and a ball joint from the shoulder, which lets the arm move out about that far from the polycap hinge. And from the ball joint, it can also go in and out and rotate all the way around. And then for the ball joint as well, it can only go up about that far, but together with the arm hinge here, the whole arm can go up about that far. And then there's a bicep swivel, which can rotate all the way around, although it's a bit stiff on mine. And then there's a double joint elbow, which lets it bend about that far. And The wrist is on a typical ball joint, so it can rotate and wiggle around. For the chest, it's on a double ball joint, but it can only utilize the lower ball joint here from the waist. So it can go forward about that far, or not that much, and go back about that far until the core lander here hits the back skirt here, and then side to side barely. The waist, the front skirts are molded together. They are on ball joints, so they can be separated, but I decided to not separate them. So they can go up about that far. If you separate them, they tend to become loose in time, so that's why I didn't separate them. And then the side skirts are on a hinge, so they can go up about that far, but there's no rotation. And then the back skirt is on a hinge, which can go out about that far. As for the hips, the legs can go out about that far. They are on a peg, which is typical on newer high grades from the 2010 time. So they can go up about that far and go back about that far and then go out about that far, because they cannot go the whole split because the side skirts are getting in the way. And then there's a separate hip rotation here on the upper legs. And then the knees are on double joints, so they can bend about that far. And then the foot is on a hinge here inside the leg, which lets it go forward and back. And then there's a ball joint on the foot, which lets it go in and out about that far, side to side, and rotate all the way around. And then the foot guard can go up and down. Here is the Shining Gundam next to the high grade Rising Gundam, or my version of the high grade Rising Gundam. So that's why I have two Shining Gundams, or Shining Finger Swords, because I used the other Shining Gundam that I have to convert it into the Rising Gundam. So what I did is I just replaced the shoulder armor and the lower legs, or the vents on the legs, into the Rising Gundam parts. And I also removed or changed the side skirts into the solid side skirt, because the Shining Gundam comes with a separate side skirt, which is also the same as the right side, to make them the same on each other. So yeah, and I also replaced the gauntlets into the weapons of the Rising Gundam, and then I repainted it into the colors of the Rising Gundam. And I also changed the face, because the face of the Rising Gundam is different from the Shining Gundam, but the back of the head is almost the same, but not that much. So those are the differences between the two. Last comparison is the Shining Gundam next to its upgrade version, or the later part upgrade of the pilot, the Burning Gundam or God Gundam. Overall, I really like this kit. Maybe much more than the God Gundam, because in terms of gimmicks and proportions as well as articulation, the Shining Gundam here wins against the God Gundam. And even though they are just 1 year apart from each other, I think they improved a lot with the high grade Shining Gundam as compared to the high grade God Gundam. So yeah, I hope that if they release a real great version of this guy, they can pull off the uh, transformation from normal mode to hyper mode without parts forming, because in the high grade version they are parts forming. But it's forgivable because again it's a high grade, not a real grade. So yeah. And in terms of anime accuracy, I think it looks much better than the master grade version. Although I don't have the master grade on hand, but if I compare it to the images between the master grade and this guy, I think I like the high grade here better than the master grade. And in terms of colors, I think the master grade uses the darker blue for the blue parts of the Shining Gundam, while the high grade uses a lighter blue which is the same normal blue as the other lead Gundams. I think it's darker in the anime, but I don't know why they made it lighter on the high grade. So yeah, in terms of stability, it's okay, I guess, but the only loose parts on the kit itself are the beam sabers here. As you can see, it doesn't have the beam sabers on the side skirts because they keep popping off. Because it's just a sliding peg, or it's a very small sliding peg to connect them on the side skirt here, but they keep on popping off. So that's why I didn't put them here. So that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!